Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. XRP lawsuit news. Where is $1.38 billion lawsuit between Ripple and SEC headed? I'm just going to highlight some of the points in here. Let's see. Going into the article, the SEC claimed that the founders and executives of Ripple had been using it to conduct a 1.3 billion USD unregistered security offering, thus making it, end quote, a security. They also point out because the security should be registered under the SEC to protect investors and avoid fraud. And I don't think that went very well, as we saw how the SEC had spent more time with FTX than any other crypto-related company in history, according to Representative Tom Emmers, as we were listening and shared previously. In Congress, had met with them the most times, and that did not protect anyone, kind of like the Ripple versus SEC case that hurt more investors than, end quote, it protected them. And as you can see too, I mean, even FTX, it came out today that, I mean, they even used QuickBooks for their system. So I'm not sure how much the SEC has been helping anyone. So we'll keep seeing how that plays out. And it's kind of messy if you look into the SEC connection, as Congress has been showing, again, having met with FTX more than anyone, and that being one of the largest crashes in crypto history. So according to Congress, so that's pretty unbelievable. In this case, should literally be over almost immediately. They've got everything they need. They've been trying to prove for 2 years and gotten nowhere. All of their final statements for the Amici briefs have been turned in. It doesn't even make any sense why this is still going. Next up, XRP news. The whales move 442 million XRP, and court grants the deadline motion. Going into the deadline motion, proposed deadline was January 4th of 2023. But again, the delay past this year it doesn't make any sense. So the whales moved 442 million XRP tokens worth 170 million USD in multiple transactions within the past 24 hours. I believe they are also getting ready for possible, I don't want to get into that because we're going to discuss that here shortly. But basically, they're getting ready for the settlement. And again, the astonishing 300 million XRP move from Binance. Here's why and where. Mind-blowing size of XRP transaction detected as funds move from Binance that is on the verge of being subpoenaed. And that's what we were just going to discuss with the previous article. As now they're, how do I want to approach that? I guess let's go into this. Basically, they're stating they're going to attack Binance now for money laundering directly, even after CZ, Xiaoping Zhao, the CEO of Binance. And again, that's not even a US-based company. So you have Binance.us, but again, that's not the part. They're going after the Binance.com. So it gets more and more interesting. And something we've also shared this week is very interesting as well, connecting back to Coinbase, where Coinbase said get your funds out of Tether, USDT, and put them in USDC. And I'm a fan of USDC, the circle that's built on Stellar. To me, that's amazing, and that's where I see it going anyway. And we're going to discuss more on Stellar again here shortly. Millionaire XRP whales quickly filling their bags. Here might be the reason. Catalyst for XRP price run appears as millionaire whales quickly increase holdings. And right now the price is very cheap and very affordable, especially if you're already, end quote, a millionaire, and you know that this lawsuit is going to be over literally at any given second. We're hoping for by December 15th and before the end of the year. December 15th as stated by multiple sources, but then again, given much more credibility as the CEO of Cardano ADA, Charles Hoskinson, states in video that the lawsuit for Ripple versus the SEC and XRP to be ending December 15th. But I think his wasn't so much a release of a date or something that was leaked, with the intent of hurting anything or manipulating something. His came across to me as a extreme concern, almost a slight panic for the industry, stating how Ripple and XRP will have clarity if they settle. And again, projected to be December 15th, as he stated, but the rest of the industry will not. And that's something, again, we've always said, XRP is the standard and will be the standard. So if you like them, love them, hate them, dislike them, or to you find it irrelevant for your investment in crypto and digital assets, you might want to reconsider and hope that they win, because the rest of the entire crypto industry will find precedent in what happens with XRP. If they win hands down, I believe the rest of the industry will go along smooth. But if they do not and they settle and they move forward and only XRP has the clarity, then the rest of every single fintech and asset will get the exact same scrutiny. Of course, besides Bitcoin and Ethereum getting their free pass. So again, we'll follow that and see how it plays out. This was pretty exciting, as previously we had only heard about this in Japan from Yoshitaka Kitao. So business can now pay employees' salaries in XRP, and as we scroll down into it, now payments, said companies could pay salaries in XRP using its mass payouts features. And again, if you're interested in more of these articles, in the description below, we include the link to every article we discuss. And there's only one exception, and it's only happened a few times since the beginning of this channel, is where if there's some crazy crash and YouTube kicks out our video after we've uploaded, we lose those links as well. But you can, again, come back and look at them in the video and relocate them by the headlines just as easy. But 99.99% of the time, they're available in the description below. Also, do CBDCs have an expiry date where you have to spend your money? Focus on Bitcoin and Stellar Lumens. So China's PBOC, the People's Bank of China, issues an expiry date on digital yuan in a move to control the cash flow. And decentralized digital assets like Bitcoin offer true freedom, while CBDCs are just evolving as another form of monetary slavery. But what I would add to that, again, if Tether is attacked, as Coinbase says, move all of your your finance out of USDT into USDC. We've known for quite a few years that Tether has supported Bitcoin. So if you attack Tether, Bitcoin crashes as well. So the only other digital gold I see, again, is XRP. Many times over. It basically does everything that BTC was expected to do as a trial run. For me, BTC was always the trial run for XRP, and Ethereum was the trial run for XLM. Again, we'll see how this plays out moving forward. But those could survive, if they ran on each other. You know what I mean? As again, they've made the bridge for Bitcoin, the partnership with Ethereum, and then you've had XDC, of course, built on Quorum from JP Morgan, but again, the bridge to Ethereum. You've had Stellar, bridge to Ethereum. So those three assets are the bridge assets, the XRP, XLM, XDC. And it's going to be very exciting. Again, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but to see how this plays out. But a lot of people are not liking the CBDCs, as you can control it, turn it on, turn it off, and give it an expiration date. So you could never, ever save. As they say, you became a permanent slave. Again, that's in many articles which we share. That's not an opinion of this channel. Next and final article of this video is, will Stellar Lumens be the base layer for CBDCs worldwide? 35% of central banks around the world step up. As Ukraine continues to face massive humanitarian aid needs, it's still progressing with its CBDC development, as revealed by Stellar Lumens CEO Danielle Dixon. And despite the harmful activity surrounding the digital asset ecosystem, most countries are still working on building and issuing their fiat-pegged CBDC. And in the article, they discuss how, even though Ukraine is at this war with Russia, it's still working on building its CBDC, and it's built on Stellar, so that it can quickly, or as soon as possible, become a cashless society. And then they'll have that central bank digital currency again, being able to have full control. And it would be instantaneous or near instantaneous, as if you haven't used Stellar's XLM. It's a very, very, very fast asset. And again, Danelle Dixon has said, basically, I can't remember, I think it was about 2 years ago, where she said she would keep working and wanted Stellar to become the currency, And another thing too, which Stellar being nonprofit changes everything differently than the other for-profit corporations. As again, if you're a nonprofit, you have no stock. So technically, it's that thin line of not being able to have a security, because there is no stock, which stocks and bonds fall under the security category. So that puts them in a different position to begin with. But also too, the other thing that I always thought was brilliant, amazing with Stellar versus any other fintech and / digital asset / cryptocurrency available out there, or even native currency for these operating systems, however you want to label it, whatever your comfort zone is. I think Stellar did it right with having to, you required, if you're using Stellar, it's required that you have XLM. I thought that was brilliant. And again, guys, remember, this is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. But as always, before we go, I want to leave you with a final thought. Persistence. The ability to keep moving forward in spite of difficulties. Much love, and we will catch you in the next one.